8 remarkable signs you could live to 100. Do you have what it takes? If you're between 65 and 80, take a moment to consider, are you still able to perform certain tasks that many seniors find challenging? These abilities aren't just signs of good health, they're powerful indicators that you might live to 100 years old. It may seem like a stretch, but science confirms that those who maintain these skills often enjoy longer, healthier, and more vibrant lives. Think about the last time you stood up from a chair without using your hands, walked briskly, without feeling winded, or recalled a conversation with crystal clarity. These seemingly ordinary actions are among the strongest markers of a resilient, thriving body and mind. If you can still do them effortlessly, you're not just aging well, you're a rare gem with the potential to outlive most of your peers. In this article, we'll explore 8 unique signs that may appear minor, but are actually the cornerstones of a long, fulfilling life. I'll dive deep into why each sign matters, backed by scientific evidence, and enriched with real-life stories that illustrate how maintaining health after 65 is a matter of choice, not chance. If you're looking to strengthen these abilities, I've got you covered with detailed practical exercises to boost muscle strength, flexibility, balance, and mental sharpness. With small, consistent changes, you can extend your lifespan and live every moment to the fullest. Are you ready to embark on this journey? You'll be amazed to discover how these everyday habits hold the secret to thriving for decades to come. Let's examine each sign in detail to see if you possess these extraordinary abilities. Trust me, the final sign is a revelation you won't want to miss. Gentle call to action, curious about these signs. Stick with me, what's coming next could transform how you think about health and aging. Sign 1, standing up from a chair without using your hands. Have you ever watched someone rise from a chair with ease, without pushing off with their hands or grabbing the armrests? It might seem like a small act, but it's one of the most significant indicators of long-term health and independence. If you're between 65 and 80 and can stand up from a chair without using your hands, you're demonstrating exceptional lower body strength, balance, and core stability qualities that are critical for maintaining autonomy as you age. Why this matters? As we age, muscle strength naturally declines in a process called sarcopenia. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that after age 50, adults lose approximately 1–2% of their muscle mass each year if they don't engage in regular strength-building activities. This gradual loss weakens the legs, hips, and core, making everyday movements like standing up more difficult and increasing the risk of falls, which are a leading cause of injury among seniors. When you stand up from a chair without using your hands, you activate a symphony of muscle groups, quadriceps and hamstrings. These muscles in the front and back of your thighs drive the upward motion, providing the power to lift your body. Glutes. Your backside muscles stabilize your pelvis and support your posture. Core muscles. Your abdominal and lower back muscles keep you balanced, preventing you from tipping forward or sideways. Calves. These muscles assist in stabilizing your ankles as you rise. This movement also requires coordination between your nervous system and muscles. Your brain sends rapid signals to activate the right muscles at the right time, ensuring a smooth transition from sitting to standing. If you can perform this action effortlessly, it's a sign that your muscle fibers are strong, your nerve pathways are intact, and your balance is steady, all critical for preventing falls and maintaining independence. Beyond physical benefits, this ability reflects your capacity to perform daily tasks like getting out of a car, standing up from a bench, or rising from a toilet without assistance. Losing this skill can lead to reliance on others, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of nursing home admission. Conversely, maintaining it supports an active, self-sufficient lifestyle. A real-life example, Harold's journey. Harold, a 77-year-old retiree, had always been moderately active, enjoying gardening and occasional walks. But one evening, he noticed that getting up from his favorite recliner was no longer effortless. He found himself leaning forward, pressing his hands against his thighs, and sometimes using the armrest for extra support. At first, he shrugged it off, assuming it was just a natural part of aging. But when he nearly lost his balance one day, he decided to consult his doctor. Harold's physician explained that his difficulty was a sign of declining leg strength and core stability, which could increase his risk of falls, a major concern as falls account for over 3 million emergency room visits annually among older adults, according to the CDC. The doctor emphasized that strong leg muscles are the foundation of mobility and independence, and that simple exercises could make a significant difference. Motivated to reclaim his strength, Harold committed to a daily exercise routine tailored to his needs. Chair squats. He practiced standing up and sitting down slowly, keeping his arms crossed over his chest to avoid using his hands. He started with 5 repetitions and gradually increased to 15 over weeks. Seated leg lifts. While sitting, he lifted one leg at a time, holding it straight for 5 seconds to strengthen his quadriceps. He did 10 reps per leg twice daily. Heel raises, standing behind a chair for support, he rose onto his toes, holding for 3 seconds before lowering. This exercise built calf strength and improved ankle stability, critical for balance. Wall sits. He leaned against a wall with his knees bent at a 90-degree angle, holding the position for 15-30 seconds to engage his thighs and glutes. The first few weeks were tough, and Harold felt sore, but he persisted. By the 3rd month, he could rise from his recliner with ease, no hands needed. He also noticed improved confidence when walking, climbing stairs, and even carrying groceries. Harold's experience taught him that age doesn't have to limit mobility. Dedication and consistency can restore strength and independence. The longevity connection. The ability to stand up without using your hands is a powerful predictor of longevity. A study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who can perform this movement are significantly less likely to experience falls or require mobility aids. This skill also correlates with lower rates of hospitalization and chronic conditions like arthritis, as it reflects overall physical resilience. Moreover, this action is a functional test of your body's ability to handle real-world challenges. Whether it's getting up to answer the door or standing after a long car ride, this skill ensures you can navigate life without limitations. By maintaining it, you're investing in a future where you remain active, independent, and engaged. Test yourself. Here's how to assess your strength. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and hands resting in your lap. Stand up slowly, keeping your arms relaxed by your sides or crossed over your chest. Avoid leaning forward excessively or using the armrests. Note how it feels. Was it smooth and controlled, or did you wobble or need support? If you can stand up effortlessly, that's a fantastic sign of health. If it's challenging, it's an opportunity to build strength with targeted exercises. Exercises to improve. This skill, to enhance your ability to stand up without hands. Incorporate these exercises into your routine, starting slowly and increasing intensity as you gain strength. Chair squats. Advance. Stand in front of a chair, lower yourself until you're almost sitting, then stand back up without touching the chair. Aim for 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, resting 30 seconds between sets. Step-ups. Use a low step or sturdy box. Step up with one foot, then the other, and step down. Do 10 reps per leg, holding a railing if needed for balance. Glute bridges. Lie on your back with knees bent and feet flat. Lift your hips toward the ceiling, squeezing your glutes, then lower slowly. Perform 2 sets of 12 reps. Balance drills. Stand on one leg for 10 seconds while holding a chair, then switch sides. This strengthens stabilizing muscles and improves coordination. Safety tip: always perform exercises near a stable surface for support, and consult your doctor before starting if you have health conditions. Takeaway: if you can stand up without using your hands, celebrate your strength. It's a cornerstone of independence. If it's difficult, don't be discouraged. With consistent practice, you can rebuild this ability. Stay with me as we're about to explore another surprising sign of longevity that might catch you off guard. Sign 2: walking briskly without feeling out of breath. Imagine taking a brisk walk, maybe around your block, through a park, or to the local store, and feeling perfectly fine afterward with no shortness of breath or fatigue. If you're between 65 and 80 and can maintain a quick, steady pace without gasping for air, congratulations, you're showcasing one of the most definitive signs of cardiovascular health, muscular endurance, and overall vitality. Why this matters: walking briskly may seem like a routine activity, but it's a powerful indicator of longevity. A landmark study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that walking speed is a reliable predictor of life expectancy, with faster walkers living longer and experiencing fewer health complications. Specifically, seniors who can walk at least 3 miles per hour, about 5 km/h, or a 20-minute mile, are less likely to develop heart disease, stroke, or cognitive decline. A brisk walk engages multiple systems in a coordinated effort. Cardiovascular system. Your heart pumps blood more efficiently, delivering oxygen and nutrients to working muscles. Respiratory system. Your lungs expand and contract to supply oxygen, supporting endurance. Musculoskeletal system. Your leg muscles, quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and core engage with each step, strengthening bones and joints. Neurological system. Your brain coordinates movement, maintains balance, and processes sensory input, enhancing cognitive function. This activity also boosts mental health. Walking increases blood flow to the brain, releasing endorphins that reduce stress and improve mood. It's a low-impact exercise that supports joint health, unlike running, which can strain knees and hips. Maintaining a brisk pace indicates that your heart and lungs are functioning optimally, your muscles are strong, and your brain is sharp, all critical for a long, healthy life. The benefits extend beyond physical health. Brisk walking enables you to stay socially active, run errands independently, and enjoy hobbies like gardening or traveling. Losing this ability can lead to isolation, reduced activity, and a higher risk of chronic conditions like obesity or diabetes. A real-life example. William's transformation. William, a 74-year-old grandfather, was once an avid walker, strolling through his local park or along the beach with his grandchildren. He loved the fresh air and the joy of keeping up with the kids. But over the past few years, he noticed his walks were getting slower. A short trip to the mailbox left him slightly winded, and climbing a single flight of stairs felt exhausting. He initially attributed it to just getting older, but a conversation with his doctor revealed a more serious issue. His slower pace was a sign of declining cardiovascular health and muscle strength. William's doctor explained that walking speed is a window into heart and lung function. A study from the University of Pittsburgh showed that seniors with slower walking speeds below 2 had a 30% higher risk of cardiovascular events compared to those walking at 3 or faster. Determined to reverse this trend, William made a commitment to walk 30 minutes every day, gradually increasing his pace. He started with slow 15-minute walks around his neighborhood, focusing on steady breathing. Each week, he extended his time by 5 minutes and pushed himself to walk a bit faster. To build strength, he added interval walking, alternating 2 minutes of brisk walking with 1 minute of a slower pace for 5 cycles, improving endurance. Heel-to-toe walking, walking in a straight line, placing one foot's heel directly in front of the other's toes to enhance balance and coordination. Lightweight carrying, holding 2-pound weights during walks to strengthen his arms and core. Dynamic stretching, performing leg swings and ankle circles before walks to improve flexibility. William also invested in supportive walking shoes to reduce joint strain and tracked his progress with a pedometer, aiming for 6,000 to 8,000 steps daily. Within 3 months, he was walking faster than he had in years, covering a mile in under 20 minutes. His energy level soared, his breathing remained steady, and he could climb stairs without pausing. Best of all, he resumed beach walks with his grandchildren, feeling youthful and invigorated. The longevity connection. Brisk walking is a direct reflection of cardiovascular fitness, muscular endurance, and cognitive health. According to the American Heart Association, seniors who maintain a brisk pace have a 20–30% lower risk of heart disease and stroke compared to slower walkers. This ability also correlates with better mental health, as physical activity stimulates the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that supports memory and learning. Moreover, walking speed is a functional measure of your ability to navigate daily life. Whether it's catching a bus, walking to a friend's house, or keeping up with family, a strong pace ensures you remain active and engaged. By preserving this skill, you're building a foundation for a longer, more fulfilling life. Test yourself. Here's a simple way to check your walking speed. Find a flat 20-foot path, e.g., a hallway, sidewalk, or park trail. Time yourself walking briskly from one end to the other, maintaining a pace that feels comfortably challenging. Repeat twice and average your time. If you cover 20 feet in 7–8 seconds or less, roughly 3 mph, you're walking at a healthy pace. If it takes longer, it's a sign to work on endurance and strength. Exercises to improve walking speed. To boost your walking speed and stamina, try these exercises starting at your comfort level and progressing gradually. Interval walking, advanced walk briskly for 3 minutes, then slowly for 1 minute, repeating for 20-25 minutes. This builds cardiovascular endurance. Lunges. Take long steps lowering your back knee toward the floor, then push forward. Do 10 reps per leg to strengthen quadriceps and glutes. Calf raises. Stand with hands on a counter, rise onto your toes, hold for 3 seconds and lower. Perform 3 sets of 15 reps to enhance push-off power. Balance walks, walk along a painted line or imaginary straight path, focusing on steady steps to improve coordination and stability. Safety. Tip: warm up with 5 minutes of slow walking. Stay hydrated and consult your doctor if you have heart or joint issues. Takeaway: if you can walk briskly without feeling out of breath, that's a stellar sign of heart health and vitality. If your pace has slowed, don't worry. Targeted exercises can help you regain speed. Keep reading, as we're about to uncover another critical sign of long-term health you might be doing without realizing it. Sign 3. Balancing on one foot for 10 seconds or more. Have you ever tried standing on one foot, perhaps while putting on a shoe, brushing your teeth, or just for fun? It might seem like a playful challenge, but your ability to balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds is a profound indicator of overall health and longevity. Research shows that seniors who can maintain this balance are significantly less likely to experience falls or mobility issues, preserving their independence well into their later years. Why this matters: balance is a complex skill that relies on the integration of multiple systems, all of which naturally decline with age. Musculoskeletal system. Leg and core muscles weaken without regular exercise, reducing stability. Nervous system. Nerves in your feet and legs send signals to your brain about your body's position, but this communication slows with age. Vestibular system. The inner ear's balance organs become less efficient, affecting spatial orientation. Visual system. Eyes help orient you in space, but age-related vision changes can impair balance. When you balance on one foot, these systems work in harmony. Your muscles contract to keep you upright, your nerves relay real-time feedback, your inner ear adjusts to subtle shifts, and your eyes focus on a fixed point for stability. If you can hold this position for 10 seconds or more, it's a sign that these systems are functioning well, reducing your risk of falls, the leading cause of injury among older adults, responsible for over 800,000 hospitalizations annually per the CDC. Balance also supports daily activities like walking on uneven surfaces, stepping over obstacles, or recovering from a stumble. Losing this ability increases dependence on mobility aids or others, limiting your freedom. Conversely, maintaining balance fosters confidence, safety, in an active lifestyle. A real-life example. Frank's redemption. Frank, a 76-year-old retiree, considered himself in decent shape, walking daily and playing with his grandchildren. But one morning while putting on socks, he realized he couldn't stand on one foot without leaning against the wall. It was a subtle but unsettling discovery, as he hadn't noticed how much his balance had declined. During his annual checkup, Frank's doctor conducted a balance test, asking him to stand on one foot for 10 seconds. Frank managed only 4 seconds before wobbling and grabbing a chair. His doctor explained that poor balance is a major risk factor for falls, which can lead to fractures, head injuries, or loss of independence. However, she reassured him that balance is trainable even in your 70s with consistent practice. Inspired to improve, Frank incorporated balance exercises into his daily routine. Heel-to-toe walking. He walked across his living room in a straight line, placing one foot's heel directly in front of the other's toes, like walking a tightrope. He started with 10 steps, increasing to 20 over weeks. Single leg stands. Twice daily, he practiced standing on one foot, holding a chair for support, initially aiming for 10 seconds per leg. He progressed to doing it without support. Side leg raises, holding a chair. He lifted one leg sideways, holding for 5 seconds to strengthen hip muscles. He did 12 reps per side. Tai Chi movements. He joined a local Tai Chi class, practicing slow-flowing motions that enhance balance and body awareness. Within a month, Frank could balance for 12 seconds per leg, and by 3 months, he reached 20 seconds. He felt more confident navigating stairs, walking on grass, and even dancing with his granddaughter at a family party. His grandchildren nicknamed him Steady Frank, a badge of pride for his hard work. The longevity connection. Balancing on one foot is more than a parlor trick. It's a predictor of health and independence. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that seniors who could balance for 10 seconds or more had a 50% lower risk of fall-related injuries compared to those who couldn't. This skill also supports brain health, as balancing requires constant neural adjustments, stimulating areas of the brain responsible for coordination and memory. By maintaining balance, you're protecting your ability to live actively and safely, reducing the likelihood of fractures, hospitalizations, or long-term care. It's a small but mighty skill that pays dividends for years to come. Test yourself. Try this balance test. Stand near a chair or countertop for safety. Lift one foot off the ground, keeping your eyes open and focusing on a fixed point. Hold for 10 seconds, noting any wobbling or need to put your foot down. Repeat on the other leg. If you can hold for 10 seconds or more per leg, you're in excellent shape. If you struggle, it's time to focus on balance training. Exercises to improve balance. To enhance your balance, incorporate these exercises, progressing gradually. Single leg stands, advanced hold for 15 to 20 seconds per leg, then try closing your eyes for an added challenge with support nearby. Heel raises with balance, rise onto your toes without holding support, hold for 5 seconds and lower. Do 2 sets of 15 reps. Balance board practice. If available, use a balance board or wobble cushion to challenge stability, starting with 1 to 2 minutes daily. Yoga poses. Try simple poses like tree pose, holding a chair for support to improve balance and flexibility. Safety tip: practice near a stable surface and stop if you feel dizzy. Consult your doctor if you have neurological or inner ear issues. Take away balancing for 10 seconds or more. Signals strength, stability, and brain health. If it's challenging, daily practice can transform your confidence. Next, we'll dive into a skill that blends strength and flexibility. One many lose with age. Sign 4: getting down on the floor and back up without assistance. Recall the last time you got down on the floor, maybe to play with grandchildren, clean under furniture, or pick up a dropped item. Did you stand back up smoothly, or did you need to grab a chair table or someone's hand for support? If you can get down and up without assistance, you're showcasing a rare combination of flexibility, strength, and coordination, a powerful predictor of longevity. Why this matters: aging brings changes that make floor-to-standing movements challenging. Muscle loss. Sarcopenia reduces leg and core strength, limiting your ability to lift your body weight. Joint stiffness. Hips, knees, and ankles lose flexibility, making bending and rising harder. Balance decline. Reduced coordination increases the risk of falling during complex movements. If you can perform this action, you demonstrate lower body strength. Your quadriceps, glutes, and core power the movement. Joint mobility. Your knees, hips, and ankles have sufficient range of motion, balance, and coordination. You maintain stability throughout, preventing falls. This skill is critical for independence. It enables you to recover from a fall, play with pets or children, or perform tasks like gardening without fear of being stuck on the ground. A study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that seniors who could sit and rise from the floor without assistance had a 20–30% lower risk of mortality over 6 years compared to those who needed help. Beyond physical benefits, this ability boosts confidence and mental well-being. Knowing you can handle such movements reduces anxiety about falling and encourages an active lifestyle. Losing this skill, however, can lead to avoidance of activities, reduced mobility, and a higher risk of injury. A real-life example: Joseph's comeback. Joseph, a 78-year-old widower, never thought much about getting on the floor until his 5-year-old grandson asked him to play a board game on the living room carpet. Joseph hesitated, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure he could get back up without help. He realized he'd been avoiding low positions for years. He gardened from a bench, asked his daughter to pick up dropped items, and stayed seated during family gatherings to avoid standing challenges. This moment was a wake-up call. Joseph visited a physical therapist who explained that his reluctance stemmed from weakened leg muscles, stiff joints, and poor balance. The therapist designed a program to rebuild these skills. Chair-assisted squats. Joseph held a chair for support, squatting as low as comfortable, then standing. He started with 8 reps, increasing to 15 over weeks. Kneeling transitions. On a yoga mat, he practiced kneeling on one knee, then standing, alternating legs. He did 10 reps per side twice daily. Core planks. He held a modified plank on his knees for 20 seconds to strengthen his abdominal and back muscles, progressing to 40 seconds. Hip flexor stretches. He performed lunges with one knee on the ground, holding for 15 seconds per side to improve hip flexibility. Joseph also joined a community fitness class for seniors where he practiced similar movements in a supportive group setting. After 4 months, he could sit on the floor and stand up smoothly, no support needed. He resumed gardening, kneeling to plant flowers, and played board games with his grandson without hesitation. His newfound confidence even inspired him to try yoga, further enhancing his flexibility. The longevity connection. Getting down and up without help engages nearly every muscle group: legs, core, back, and even arms, making it a comprehensive test of physical function. Maintaining this ability reduces fall risks, supports joint health, and promotes independence, all linked to a longer life. It also reflects resilience as your body adapts to complex movements, preparing you for unexpected challenges, like recovering from a slip. Test yourself. Try this test. Find a soft surface like a carpet or yoga mat. Sit down on the floor without using your hands, keeping movements controlled. Stand back up without using hands, knees, or external support. Note ease, stability, and any discomfort. If you do it smoothly, that's a remarkable sign. If you struggle, this skill can be trained. Exercises to improve. This skill to master floor to standing transitions. Try these exercises progressing at your pace. Assisted sit to stand. Sit on a low stool, stand up without hands and lower back down. Do 2 sets of 10 reps. Knee to stand drills. Kneel on one knee, step forward with the other foot and stand. Alternate legs for 12 reps per side. Glute bridges, advance, lie on your back, lift hips and hold for 5 seconds. Do 3 sets of 15 reps to strengthen glutes and core. Seated hip openers, sit on a chair, cross one ankle over the opposite knee, and gently press the raised knee down to stretch hips. Hold 20 seconds per side. Safety tip: use a mat for cushioning, practice near a sturdy surface, and consult your doctor if you have joint or back issues. Takeaway: getting down and up without assistance is a rare gift that preserves independence. If it's tough, practice can restore this skill. Next, we'll explore a sign of functional strength: carrying weight with confidence. Sign 5, carrying a full grocery bag. Without struggling, picture returning from the grocery store, lifting 2 heavy bags, one in each hand, and walking to your front door, without pausing, straining, or losing balance. If you can do this at 65, 70, or 80, you're demonstrating functional strength, a vital indicator of longevity that reflects not just muscle power, but overall physical resilience. Why this matters: carrying heavy bags is a real-world test of multiple systems. Upper body strength: shoulders, biceps, and back muscles bear the weight. Grip strength: your hands and forearms maintain a firm hold, a key health marker. Core stability: your abdominal and lower back muscles keep you upright and balanced. Joint health: elbows, wrists, and shoulders move smoothly without pain or stiffness. Sarcopenia causes 1 to 2% muscle loss annually after 50, making tasks like carrying groceries challenging. A study in The Lancet found that grip strength is a stronger predictor of mortality than blood pressure, with weaker grips linked to higher risks of heart attack, stroke, and all-cause death. Carrying weight also supports bone density, reducing osteoporosis risk, which affects 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 50 per the International Osteoporosis Foundation. This ability is essential for independence. It enables you to shop, carry laundry, or lift grandchildren without reliance on others. Losing it can lead to reduced activity, social isolation, and a higher risk of injury from overexertion. A real-life example: Richard's recovery. Richard, a 75-year-old widower, took pride in his self-sufficiency, living alone and handling all household tasks. He regularly carried groceries from his car to his kitchen without issue. But one day, while unloading bags, he felt a sharp pain in his shoulder and struggled to carry the load. He managed to get inside, but realized his strength was waning. At his next checkup, Richard's doctor explained that his muscles were weakening due to insufficient resistance training. Carrying groceries, once effortless, was now taxing his shoulders and back. The doctor recommended strength-building exercises to restore his functional capacity. Richard began a daily routine. Dumbbell curls using 5-pound weights, he performed 3 sets of 12 reps to strengthen biceps and forearms. Shoulder presses, lifting 3-pound weights overhead, he did 2 sets of 15 reps to build shoulder stability. Grip strengthening. He squeezed a rubber stress ball for 5 minutes daily, alternating hands to enhance grip strength. Farmer's carry. Holding 2 10-pound weights, he walked 30 feet across his living room, resting and repeating 5 times to mimic carrying bags. Richard also joined a senior strength class at his community center, where he used resistance bands and learned proper lifting techniques. Within 3 months, he could carry groceries effortlessly, open jars with ease, and even lift his 4-year-old granddaughter without strain. His renewed strength boosted his confidence and inspired him to take up gardening again, carrying bags of soil with pride. The longevity connection. Functional strength reduces fracture and hospitalization risks, per the American Journal of Preventive Medicine. Strong muscles stabilize joints, protect bones, and enhance balance, lowering fall risks. Grip strength in particular is a biomarker of overall health, reflecting muscle mass, neurological function, and cardiovascular fitness. By maintaining this ability, you're ensuring you can perform daily tasks, stay active, and engage socially, all linked to a longer, healthier life. It's a practical skill that empowers you to live on your terms. Test yourself.